Hello there ladies and gentlemen, my name is Pelican and welcome back to another Battlefield 4 video. Today we're using the F2000 with the standard sight, a grip and the laser sight I believe. We also had this cool camo, I can't believe what it's, or remember what it's called. I think it's some kind of naval camo. It looks cool and I like it. So we are playing Rush and I am at the first part of this gameplay as the attacker. I will be putting a banner along the top that says attacker and defender when I switch between the two of them. But today we're going to be talking about Operation Metro 2014, one of the other maps that isn't in the second Assault DLC. So far I have done Caspian Border, and I'm going to do Metro now, and then I have Firestorm and Gulf of Oman to do. You've seen some Gulf of Oman gameplay, some Caspian and Metro. I'm yet to put up some Firestorm. I haven't really found myself playing too many Firestorm games right now because it just seems like most of the matches are on the other three. I don't know why, but a lot of people have been criticizing the fact that Firestorm has now been put back into Second Assault. A lot of people said they didn't like Firestorm, and I guess that's the reason that I haven't really got any gameplay for you guys. I will promise that I will get gameplay up in the future, but for now, let's get straight into my review. So first up, if you guys are not aware, Operation Metro 2014 is a remake of the Battlefield 3 map, which was one of the standard maps. Came out, it was in the beta for the Xbox 360, so Operation Metro, if you've played Battlefield 3, you guys will know what this map is. It's been more or less redone in terms of graphics. I mean, the map layout is almost exactly the same, but these cool new Levolution effects, I'd say it's a small Levolution, well, I wouldn't even call it Levolution, just, you know, random bits of destruction where you'll have pillars holding up certain, you know, weak parts of walls and ceilings, and you can shoot them down, and it causes this destruction that will not only create a path where people won't be able to see, but it can also land on people and actually kill them. Whether you can get the kill by this or it just counts as KIA when you drop things on people, I really couldn't tell you, but I think it's really cool that they've added in this feature. They've also added in these elevators, which you can use if you're in a situation where you can't get up both of the escalators. A lot of the enemies that sort of look down on these parts forget that people can come up through these elevators, and then people just surprise them. Unfortunately, if you go up on your own, you're probably going to find that there's about 4 or 5, and you're not going to have the ammo count to absolutely obliterate all of them. I find that these elevators are very, very useful and can be used to more or less suppress any other engagement. But in general, in terms of the map layout, there's nothing that really stood out for me in terms of difference between Battlefield 3 Metro and Battlefield 4 Metro. I never really noticed anything. All of the rocks, all of the trees seem to be more or less exactly the same. I believe that the graphics are completely redone. I feel that they look a lot nicer, but this is just my opinion. Also, if you're playing Rush and you're attacking, you have a little bit of sea or a lake on your right hand side, and you can use the jet skis, and they've put in jet skis into this game so you can go ahead and get across to the enemy team. I don't really find it that useful, these jet skis, because people just spot you straight away. They run over to where you're about to come into land, and then they just shoot the hell out of you. So in my opinion, the jet skis they put into Operation Metro on Rush was kind of useless, but I guess if you're stealthy enough of it and you go fairly slow and make sure that all the enemies are distracted, you're probably going to be able to go ahead and get up behind the enemies. There is one other use I have found for the jet skis on this map. If you're defending like I am and you've pushed the attackers all the way back to their spawn like we have in this gameplay, I think it's probably useful if they were to use the jet skis and go up behind our enemy team or our team, because if they went up behind us, they'd be able to absolutely annihilate us, probably go ahead and plant a bomb. And I think when you have someone spawn trapped as defender, your team more or less decides to all move up like we've done, and no one really stays back unless they're sniping. So if someone went in jet skis and, you know, 2 on either, so like there's 4 of them going in, they go in and plant A, it's going to put us in a really bad spot. So jet skis are good to sort of distract in a situation where the defenders have pushed the attackers all the way back to their base. So if you guys are going to go ahead and play Operation Metro 2014, I have decided that it's probably best if you guys either play Rush or Capture the Flag. I mean, you can play Conquest Large 64 players, but you're basically asking for a massive clusterfuck where you'll have servers where it's like no explosives, and then you'll get pinned in a situation where there's gunfire. It never goes silent on the map. There will never be a situation where there is not a bullet being fired, so you guys are pretty much in a bad situation if you're doing a 64 player Conquest large game. I recommend Rush because, you know, Rush is just an all-round solid game. I mean, Conquest is good as well, but I think Conquest is more, you know, designed for vehicles, you know, if you have helicopters and jets and tanks. So I recommend that you either play Capture the Flag, which is a really fun game mode as well, because you can basically just capture it, fight with your team, run back, and it feels very, very satisfying when you capture or help your team to capture a flag. One other reason I recommend you don't play Conquest Large 64 players or 48 players on this map is if you are on the team where your first point to capture on Conquest Large is A, then you're going to find that if you get pushed back all the way, you're going to be pushed back into that little building that has next to no cover. You're just going to get obliterated from people in the apartment buildings. Just everyone shooting at you, snipers, you know, suppression. You're not going to be able to see, you're not going to be able to pull your head up, and you're not really going to be able to do anything. There is one other thing I forgot to mention about Operation Metro, is that in the 2014 edition, as you guys can see, everything looks a bit more destructive, like there's been a bomb dropped. Or if you go to the other side of the map on Conquest, where you're at A, you'll find that everything is exploded, everything's in pieces, and it's nothing like the Battlefield 3 one was. If you guys played the Battlefield 3 campaign, you will know that halfway through you play as Dimitri and a tactical nuke goes off. This causes there to be a giant nuke in Paris, which causes a massive destruction, and is what we have here. Operation Metro 2014. The whole place has been nuked, and this is what is left. A destructive environment for you guys to find where you're in pits like I was there. This is just, in my opinion, a lot cooler that there has been a nuke dropped and they brought this back in and linked it between the Battlefield 3 story, how the nuke went off. I find that very interesting and very cool. As for my final thoughts on the Operation 2014 Metro Edition, I think it's amazing. The graphics, the new elevators, how these pillars that you can shoot down and causes destruction to fall on your enemies, to cause a different environment, to cause dust, which, you know, blinds your enemies, blinds your team, and just makes everything a lot more immersive. I think that this is much better than the 2012 edition, or 2011, which was the Battlefield 3 edition. Yeah, I think the new Metro is a lot cooler and a lot nicer to play. Personally, I find that it's not my favourite map of Second Assault. I think that Caspian Border and Gulf of Oman are probably my favourite. But yeah, Operation Metro, still a very, very solid map. But that is about it for today's video, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed this review of Operation Metro. It's been very fun to make. If you guys have enjoyed, please remember to subscribe, join the Deluxe Legion today. I'd really appreciate it. All the support you guys have been giving me recently is just insane to see that you guys like watching these Battlefield 3 videos. Battlefield 4 videos, oh my god, I almost messed that up. I did mess it up. But anyway, thank you guys. Have a really great day, really great week, weekend, whenever you're watching this. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.